I always care about my health and my children's health and my family, as all of the moms out there. So I always look into nutritional labels. I know about sugars, I know about saturated fats and other ingredients, and I did not know the depths of damage artificial flavors and other additives can add to your child's health. They can cause really big problems. And unfortunately, in US, this is kind of swept away. And I did not know that industry, our food industry, is not actually regulated to details. So big companies allowed to add some artificial dyes and ingredients to your regular food snacks, which are not allowed in other countries. So I decided to spend some time and actually go through my whole pantry and find out what foods am I giving to my children and what bad is in my own kitchen and what should I get rid of. I'm Dr. Olga Dolghier. I'm a board-certified pediatric dentist and laser dentist. I'm here at Palm Valley Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics. Let's talk about artificial flavors. So what to do to actually, how did I come up with this idea? So I watched actually a lot of different type of podcasters and some very known physicians who are trying to find out the root cause of the disease. Because we used to, our society, to just get a pill and get prescription and don't even know why the child is getting asthma, why this kid is getting ADHD, why this kid is becoming overweight. Overall, our society becoming overweight more and more exponentially, pretty much. A lot of chronic diseases appearing. I personally have thyroid disease, and I didn't know that it can be caused by the food I'm eating. One of my children, she is a little bit, have some health issues as well. So I wanted to find out what's the cause. So I've been listening to a lot of different nutritionists and physicians, and now it makes sense to me. So now I have a clear picture in my head. So there is a few things we want to introduce in our diet. So we want to have a lot of antioxidants. We want to avoid artificial flavors. We want to avoid food additives, and we want to feed our children healthy, good nutritional diet. So when you go grocery shopping, I want you to go around the periphery of the store. Don't go straight to the aisles. What happens with aisles, when you go through the aisles, there is a lot of artificial foods, and we don't even consider that this food is artificial. So technically the food is in containers. Pre-bagged food is not normal in the environment. So it's made by companies, made by human beings, and maybe with a good intention, maybe not so good intention. And I learned recently that the labels on the food are absolutely different. So one of the cereal's tricks, I had no idea that actual label, food label on that cereal is completely different from the same cereal in Australia. In Australia, this cereal doesn't have artificial dyes. In US, it has multiple red dye, they have orange dye and other very, very harmful chemicals. And Australia, they just control it in terms of what is allowed to add to your child's food and what is not. In the US, there is no control. So goldfish crackers, Cheez-Its, they all have artificial dyes which are actually made out of petroleum and can trigger your immune system, can cause even ADHD. There is a link to certain DNA damage. What is DNA damage is potentially cancer. So if your child constantly eating those artificial dyes, artificial flavors, who knows what's happening to their biome, to their gut, and it can trigger other diseases, chronic diseases, because United States is one of the nations which are leading by chronic disease in the world. Where is this all coming from? So what I did for my family, I was very concerned and I wanted to make sure that I get to the root of it. So there is an app. Nowadays, there is an app for everything. So here is my phone. So what I did, I download this app. The name is Yuka, and if you go to scan, you can actually, that's my food, but you can scan anything. So what I did, you can see on my screen, I scanned everything what I had in my house. In my pantry, for example, we had different type of jellos. My kids love to make jello. So look at this. This is raspberry sugar-free gelatin dessert mix. So me, as a pediatric dentist, I was like, okay, sugar-free, it cannot be that bad, right? It doesn't have sugar, maybe it has some dyes, but look at this. It has a rating is 5 out of 100, as low as it can get. And it has 4 different hazardous elements. So it has that red dye, it has other ingredients, like this one, you see it's actually prohibited in Europe from use because it can cause breast cancer, cardiovascular disease, aspartame. I thought about artificial sweeteners, like it's not sugar, so it should be not as bad. It's actually possible cancerogens to humans at group 2B. So that's another one. This is something advertised for children and we're giving to our children. That's unbelievable. Then I screened this one. We just bought it and tossed the whole box out. My daughter was kind of happy and sad at the same time. But to look at the rating, 0 out of 100. The pumpkin mix to make pumpkin cake was 0, no score. Why? Because look at the hazardous materials on this one. It has, there's a lot of big names, hazardous. It's just unbelievable. This first one caused eczema, different type of memory problems, cancers. Look at this one. This one has all other issues and we don't know about it. I am a pediatric dentist. I don't hear about this additive on any classes we take. I felt really bad that I allowed my kids to eat and buy this stuff without knowing. I was focusing on, okay, should have lower sugar. But Halloween is coming, you want to buy something special, like pumpkins, everybody want to make cookies. So I want you to be aware of it, of hidden danger. I'm gonna show you a good one. This one we actually buy as a snack for my kids when we go to school. It actually has 61 out of 100. It's a little bit high on calories, high on sugar, but overall does not have any additive. Has some protein, has fiber, has nuts. So omega-3 deluxe mix, apparently I buy it at Costco in big packages, really good for you. And again, another jello, look at this one, 3 out of 100. The orange gelatin jello, okay, sugar-free. Again, my daughter loves jello, we make it all the time. Look at those ingredients. It has red dye, yellow dye, causing different disorder, affect your immune system. This is just unbelievable. That's in my pantry. I'm a pediatric dentist who pay attention to what I'm giving to my children. Other things, like I was actually surprised that sauce we buy at Costco, we call it bedward sauce. It has pretty good, high on sodium, but overall no fibers, no additives. So you need to pay attention. And it's so confusing. It's so many labels, there's so many different ingredients on every single package you're buying. So I think this app, and I'm not sponsored by the company or anything, has nothing to do with it. I just was recommended by a nutritionist, this really good app. Trader Joe's, look at the Trader Joe's. We scanned this cheese, a Greek special spanakopita, we call it, really good for you. Actually, saturated fat now, according to new nutritional values, is not a bad thing, but overall didn't have 33 out of 100. Is not that bad compared to what we saw before. This one we tossed out. Trader Joe's, again, I buy Trader Joe's, I love Trader Joe's, but look at this one, vanilla ice cream bonbons. My daughter loved them. It's like little mini ice cream with dark chocolate. I was positive this is 100% good for you. We got 0 out of 100 again. Why? Because it has all these toxic ingredients on the label, and they have very hazardous carcinogen. I don't know, one of those toxins which actually cause cancer in humans, possibly carcinogenic to humans. We are buying this to our children. This is just something I really think is extremely important to look at the labels, not just to read the labels, because we were thinking reading labels and focusing on like certain things is not enough. You have to actually scan probably and look at those additional ingredients. Tomato ketchup, my daughter's favorite ketchup, 39 out of 100. It's not that bad, has high sugar, has high sodium, but at least it did not have any artificial additives which can cause cancer. I want to make a conclusion out of this story. We can go on and on and on. What I can learn from this experience is artificial dyes, artificial sweeteners, different Gatorade drinks. All of that is created by industry. So if you focus on buying, like I said, on the periphery of the grocery store, normal, organic, hopefully, fruits and vegetables, what you can cook at home, it's important to cook at home, then you would be better off to buy your kid maybe seeds, sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds or nuts for a snack, than buying them goldfish crackers or chips. So just think about it, and maybe this video will help you to learn that this artificial flavors, artificial additives to food can be extremely dangerous, and they can actually cause the health problems your child is suffering with. Think about it, share with me, let me know, does your kid have reaction to artificial dyes? Do they have ADHD and nobody can find out why? So, because it could be so many other things, but I think what we eat is who we are. Because if we put junk in ourselves, we're gonna have diseases. If we eat healthy, well, nutritional, balanced diet, hopefully it will stay healthy. So this is all from Dr. Olga. So stay healthy, eat healthy.